shall we? Yai, lie, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, la, lie, lie. Now that's the whole first part, and we'll do that again. But we're going to go on to the second part. Now there's a little bit of false advertising, because I like to give you the words, and the words say, yai, lie, la, lie, lie. But in the second part, we're going to add a whoa.
Hold on.
I know, whoa, whoa, but I think you'll get it. So the next part goes like this. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 whoa. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 whoa. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 whoa. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 lie. I know it's very tricky. Let's try that part again. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 whoa. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 whoa. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 whoa. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 yai, lie, la, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, lie. Yai, lie, la, lie, 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 yai, lie, la, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Whoa, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Whoa, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Whoa, yai, lie, la, lie, 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 yai, lie, 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 yai, lie, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, 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 yai, lie, la, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, 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 yai, lie, la, la, lie, lie, yai, lie, lie, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Whoa, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Whoa, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Whoa, yai, lie, la, lie, lie, lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Whoa.
There's some good Shabbat energy in the room tonight. Well, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Invite everyone to just take a moment, turn to someone next to you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. If you don't know them, ask them their name. If you're at home, reintroduce yourself to the people you're on the couch with. Just nice to wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. So Shabbat Shalom from me and all of us here. I am Rabbi Michael Weiss. I am joined on the Bima tonight by Rabbi Joel Simon, our board representative, Ben Gersten, who is now a seasoned board representative here. He's done this more than once, and we are very happy to have him here. We are delighted to welcome both our Schaarai Zedek 20s and 30s group, along with the Federation's Impact Program. We are so happy to have you all here making us a part of your Shabbat experience, and we'll go have dinner afterward. We actually just finished a pirate-themed Tot Shabbat, if you can believe it. We had 150 people, many of them youngsters here in the room. I don't see as many pirate hats now, but that's okay. Maybe you left them at home. For those of you joining us from the small sanctuaries of your own homes, we are very glad to have you enjoying your Shabbat experience with us. And we really do believe here at Schaarai Zedek that when you make your home a place where you're celebrating Shabbat with us, it becomes an extension of our sanctuary. All of it, we hear you, we feel you, we know all of our prayers are moving in the same direction. So thank you for making Shabbat a part of your life. As we go through our service tonight, anything that you're going to need is going to be on the screen here in front of you or at home, your very own screen, somewhere like down here a little bit, just beneath me. When we are praying from the prayer book, there's going to be a page number on the screen, and those of you in here or who have your own copy at home, you can feel free to page along in the prayer book, follow along in there. It moves a little more slowly than the slides, and there are all kinds of wonderful readings. It's okay to be on a different page from someone else during the service. It is your Shabbat. Feel free to get a little bit lost. You'll probably end up somewhere meaningful. During our service, there are times where we ask the congregation to rise. If that is physically uncomfortable, please, please, please feel free to remain seated. We know that you'll be rising with us in your hearts. And for those who might need it, as you came in today, you may have seen our Shalom station out in the Schimberg Grand Foyer. We have large print prayer books, reading glasses. We have earphones for people who have any sort of sensory needs, and for anyone of any age who needs something to keep themselves focused a little bit differently, we have a bag of all kinds of quiet fidget things that you can use. Again, anyone of any age. Sometimes you know what your needs are. Feel free to meet them. We want to help you meet them in whatever ways we can so that this can be a meaningful experience for everybody. And all of that being said, we are going to invite up our Director of Youth Programming, Naomi Litwack, to say the blessing over our Shabbat candles for us. If you're at home, get your candles out, get your kiddush ready too, so that we can all celebrate Shabbat together.
And Naomi also coordinates our 20s, 30s program.
Yes. Can I just go with it? All right. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. And now, did you mention the cantor is away?
Oh, Cantor is in international waters, on a cruise ship.
Not on a pirate ship.
On a cruise ship.
But we once had a, so I'm going to say one of my kids, because when I started here, he was 17, but he's now 33. But he said, Rabbi, I love when you lead the music for services because your voice is good enough that it's okay to listen to, but it's not so good that we feel bad for singing with you. So you all have to sing with us.
That was the point of that story.
That was the point. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinhaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
You want some?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, he made the face. No bar mitzvah kids, but.
So we will begin our Shabbat worship tonight, welcoming the Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi.
Yalla la 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 lecha dodi. Yalla la 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 likrat kala. Yalla la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nikavel. So Rabbi Weiss will be changing the slides again when he's back. There we go. Now I know this is a new melody for some of you. There are going to be some new melodies, some familiar melodies. The rule at Schaarai Zedek is you have to sing whether you know it or not. And if the person next to you has a problem with it, that is their problem, not yours. Yalla la 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 lecha dodim. Yalla la 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 likrat kalam. Yalla la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nikavel. Yalla la 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 lecha dodim. Yalla la 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 likrat kalam. Yalla la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nikavelam. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad. Ishmi'anu el am yuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet, ve'litchila, yai lai, yalla la 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 lecha dodim, yalla la 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 likrat kalam. Yalla la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nikavel. Yalla la 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 lecha dodim. Yalla la 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 likrat kalam. Yalla la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nikavelam. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha, uv'tohola, toch emunei, am segula. Boi chala, boi chala, yai lai lai, yalla la 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 lecha dodim, yalla la 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 likrat kalam, yalla la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nikavel. Yalla la 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 lecha dodim. Yalla la 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 likrat kalam. Yalla la 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 penei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat nikabela.
We'll read together. Source of all goodness, as we join in Shabbat worship, we ask your blessings. Grant us health enough to perform our daily tasks, wealth enough to answer our needs, compassion enough to feel the needs of others. Give us strength enough to recognize our faults, wisdom enough to understand your laws, loyalty enough to discharge our duties. Give us courage enough to be true to the best within us, charity enough to see the best in others. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to feel your presence. Amen. And we'll rise now in our places or in our hearts for our Barchu, the call to worship.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai.
We'll read together. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
And we are seated.
And you shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently unto your children. And you shall speak of them when you're sitting in your house, when you're walking by the way, and when you're lying down, and when you're rising up, and when you're rising up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
They went forth from Egypt on a single night, but next time the miracle will be different. Once 2 sages were walking very early in the valley, and they saw the light of the morning star. Said one to the other, "This is how redemption will be. The dawn breaks with a single ray of light, and bit by bit the sky is illumined, until morning comes and the darkness is gone. So the redemption will occur little by little, growing steadily and gradually until the world is full of light."
Mi chamocha ha'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ha'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Norah,
Norah,
tehilot,
tehilot,
oseh,
oseh,
veleh,
veleh,
Norah,
Norah,
tehilot,
tehilot,
oseh,
oseh, veleh. Malchutecha, ra'u banecha, bokei ayam mipnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'amru.
Adonai,
Adonai,
yimloch,
yimloch,
le'olam,
le'olam,
va'ed,
va'ed,
Adonai,
Adonai,
yimloch,
yimloch,
le'olam,
le'olam, va'ed. Mi chamocha, va'elim Adonai, mi kamocha,
nedar b'kodesh. Ve'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov, ugelo miad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Amen. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day God ceased from work and was refreshed.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beini ubein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam.
We now rise in our places or in our hearts for the Amidah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים,
umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umidom melach, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata le'achayot hakol. Baruch ata Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelu Selah. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. And we are seated. We'll read responsively. For the blessings which you lavish upon us in forest and sea, in mountain and meadow, in rain and sun, we thank you.
For the blessings you implant within us, joy and peace, meditation and laughter, we are grateful to you.
For the blessings of friendship and love, of family and community, for blessings we ask of you and those we cannot ask.
For the blessings you bestow upon us openly, and those you give us in secret. For the blessings we recognize, and those we fail to recognize.
For the blessings of our tradition and of our holy days. For the blessings of return and forgiveness, of memory, of vision, and of hope.
For all these blessings which surround us on every side, O God of the universe,
hear our thanks and accept our gratitude. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'el lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
So this is probably going to be another new melody for a lot of you. But as we think about the peace we hope to see in our lives, the peace we hope to see in the world, hopefully the music can help you find that peace on the Shabbat. And hopefully, again, you won't worry about peace too much, and you'll sing along.
Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam Tasim Le'olam Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam Tasim Le'olam Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon Hu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom Shalom Rav Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam Tasim Le'olam Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam Tasim Le'olam V'tov B'einecha Levarech et Amcha Yisrael Bechol Etuv Chol Shah Bishlomeh Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam
amcha tasim leolam, tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, Bashalom.
As we ask for peace in our broken world, we think of those of us healing from our own brokenness, our own wounds. We think of those ailing in mind, body, and spirit. We think of those who suffer from COVID-19 and its after effects. We think of those who lie in dark rooms of despair. We think of those medical professionals who take on so much hurt and suffering of our loved ones so that they can get better. This time I ask you to think of someone in need of healing in your life and hold them very tightly in your heart. And as we sing our prayer for healing together, set the intention to do something to show them that you love them. We know that even a little bit of love can do a lot more healing than we might realize.
Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Take a moment now for our own personal prayer, finding the prayer engraved on our own hearts, or simply taking the first quiet moment you've had all week to breathe.
Yehiyu leratzon imre pi, Vehegioni vi lefanecha, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri. go Ali.
In the Midrashic text, Breshit Rabbah 8:1, it is written, Rabbi Abba said, the Blessed One, holy is God, created the first man with a unique ability, the ability to understand, to choose, and to bear responsibility. This ability is what separates humanity from the rest of the created world. Now, as we consider the increasing prevalence of artificial intelligence in our society, it is important to remember that we have been gifted with that unique ability to understand, choose, and bear responsibility, which sets us apart from the machines we create. Just as Adam was given that power, so too do we have the responsibility to understand and use AI in a way that is in line with our values and ethical principles. We must be careful not to allow it to become a tool for oppression or harm, but rather to use it for the betterment of all humanity. As Rabbi Jonathan Sachs has said, the challenge of our generation is to create a world in which technology serves humanity rather than humanity serving technology. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, see, we're all confused a little bit. So what did we think of that sermon? Give me thumbs ups, thumbs downs. I won't take it personally. Aside from the length, I'm sure we wanted a longer one, right? So the reason I'm not taking it personally is because I didn't actually write that sermon. And I did not steal it from anyone else either, in case that's what you're thinking. It was actually written by an artificial intelligence, an AI called ChatGPT. So earlier this week, I went to ChatGPT's website, I gave it a prompt to write my sermon, and it responded back with what I just read. And I'm going to show you a screenshot of that, just so you can say I'm not full of malarkey here. If you're at home, you should see that on your screen. I give it the prompt, and then it writes what it thinks I would want. Sometimes it takes a few tries to get it right, but it's kind of impressive. Now, I am not a computer scientist, surprising no one. And I don't know exactly how the current batch of AI programs work. But as I understand it, they train a particular artificial intelligence by feeding it millions and millions of lines of text from conversations, books, plays, articles, anything that is publicly available that a human has written could potentially be part of teaching an AI to, well, talk like a human. Based on everything they've been taught, an AI can then respond to any question or request that we give it. It can write a story in the style of a particular author. It can help create a menu for your Passover Seder. It can even write a sermon about the implications of AI, as you have just seen. And I'm not even going to get into the things that AI is being used for, the other things, creating images, creating art. It's kind of incredible. But just imagine the possibilities and the progress we could achieve with a computer program that can instantly create anything that we want. The prophet Micah writes, in God's voice, "As in the days when you came out of Egypt, I will show you wonders." And just as God made wonders for us, we as God's creations have sought to make our own wonders. And I think that artificial intelligence really is a wonder. It can help researchers sift through large amounts of data in a fraction of the time that a human would take. AI is helping doctors diagnose and treat patients, such as in the case of a program trained to spot lymph nodes on X-rays. And someday, it may even be able to drive our cars safely. Insert blatant Elon Musk joke here. But I find ChatGPT and other chatbots, that is, programs meant to engage in conversations, a little bit challenging. They are designed not simply to mimic natural language, but to identify and copy the emotion behind it. They are meant to interact, entertain, and evoke feelings in those speaking to them. But as we know, the feelings can only go one way. I've even been seeing ads all over social media for an app that claims to let you train an AI to be a friend or even a romantic partner. And what that tells us is that in our society, we have an epidemic of loneliness, one which has increased depression and anxiety and has links to earlier mortality. It is a real problem. And for some people, artificial companionship may seem to be the solution. But it is not a real solution. Our tradition tells us that each of us are made B'Tselem Elohim, in God's image, and that each of us has a divine spark within us. What an AI possesses, the emotions we might feel in response to its words, are only a mirror of our divine spark. Of course, they sound human. There is something human about what they say to us because they learned from what humans have said. But they have none of the intention or feeling that makes us what and who we are. AI echoes the divine, but it isn't the real thing. And to mistake one for the other, which I think is something we're at risk of, erodes our sense of what makes humans unique. When writers tell a story, they have something to say to the world, and they want to spark creativity in their own readers. When artists paint a painting, they are asking challenging questions, daring viewers to engage with the world in a new way. When we communicate with another flesh and blood human being, we seek to build something with them, to understand them deeply, to connect our divine sparks with theirs. But an AI just puts words on a web page based on the input that we give it. I fear a day when we spend our time consuming art, music, writing, and conversation created by programs and algorithmically perfected to keep us engaged. They may make us ask questions. They may even make us feel things. But one thing an AI cannot do is build real relationship. We can manufacture all kinds of things, but we can't manufacture authentic, meaningful human interaction. And the most pressing danger of creating and using technology that simulates relationships is that on some level, it's attractive. Actual human relationships are messy. We disagree with each other. We challenge and push each other. We have to put up with a lot of things that we don't like. And sometimes we hurt people we love in big or small ways. With an AI, you can get seemingly exactly what we want, when we want it. And if we don't like an answer that it gives us, you just hit refresh and get a different answer. This is a relationship without conflict, challenge, change, or any of the obstacles that build and strengthen our bonds and make them truly real. Relating to an AI may seem easier, but it is not real. Think of the relationship between God and the people of Israel as we read in the book of Exodus. God is the deity who rescued the people from slavery, and the Israelites are the people who are stubborn, ungrateful, and disloyal. God could certainly have changed the hearts and minds of the Israelites to love God unconditionally, just as God predisposed the Egyptians to give the Israelites their gold and silver when they left Egypt, which was a good deal for us, by the way. But God didn't do that to us. God let people struggle and fight with the divine, because God understood that overcoming conflict is what deepens our relationships and realizes them. And we sitting here or streaming the service tonight, in relationship with the same tradition, 3,500 years later are evidence that God was right. Who'd have thought? God was right to give us free will, to allow us to engage and wrestle with one another, and to make us responsible for the consequences of our actions. An AI cannot do those things for us. So, in the end, as much as I hate to say it for the sake of my job security, the AI that wrote the beginning of this sermon was right. We have created a wonder in advancing artificial intelligence to where it is now. But when God enacted the greatest miracle our people had ever seen by parting the Red Sea, that very miracle freed our people from slavery, even as it drowned the Egyptians who had enslaved us. Let us not be destroyed by our own miracle. Let us be grateful for the powers of innovation and creativity we have been given. Let us be wary as we face what may be the greatest challenge of our time to what it means to be human. Let us be sure that when we seek the divine spark, that we look for it in the hurting and hopeful human beings around us, and not in the ease and comfort of technology. May our wonders, tempered with wisdom, bring us closer to a better, more humane, and more human world. Shabbat Shalom. That's the real ending, just to be clear. So we are going to call up our board representative, Ben Gersten, to teach us a few things about what's going on at the temple.
Sure. Well, thank you. That was a wonderful sermon. And I can attest, I did not use that application when I was writing vows. I wrote it on my own. Good evening and Shabbat Shalom. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome everyone to Congregation Schaarai Zedek. At Schaarai Zedek, we are very proud of the variety of programs we offer. Events for the upcoming week can be found inside your service handout and this week's e-news, which can also be viewed on our website, www.zedek.org. Which, by the way, there's some wonderful events coming up. Like, do you want to do yoga tomorrow morning for Shabbat yoga? That sounds really fun. I mean, maybe not as fun as like goat yoga I did once, but that sounds pretty cool.
You can bring your own goat if you want.
Actually,
you cannot.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, that's going to be dogs, cats, I mean, a few animals there. It's a good idea, though. Be what? Oh, that's a good idea. We're going to talk about this. For those live streaming tonight's service, we welcome you and hope you'll visit our website to view the upcoming events. Again, whether you're in our sanctuary or joining us from home, we're so glad you joined us tonight, and we hope to see you again soon. Shabbat Shalom.
Our service continues with Aleinu. We rise now, if you are comfortable, as we continue together. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula le'otzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegoralenu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'aretz, Bayom hahu, Yihyeh Adonai echad, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad. You may be seated. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It's radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen, the flames dance and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down and gutters. There's an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. On this Shabbat, we join with our community members as we remember those who have recently been laid to rest, those for whom we are in the period of Shloshim. We remember Robert Smith, Sandra Simpson, Sylvia Feldman, Lois Stoller, Lucille Shainwald, and Dan Weitzenkorn. And to be laid to rest, Ross Herbert Lewis, Cindy Hunter, and Michael Roth. We also remember those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of whose passing occurs at this time. Thelma Altschuler, Elaine Bach, Molly Baumgarten, Ray Berlin, Samuel Bernholtz, Sidney Braverman, Lloyd Bray, Max Cohen, Lois Cohn, Mickey Contino, Greg Corson, Raul Cuervo, Fanny Demain, Irving Dolgen, Evelyn Feldman, Stephen Finkelstein, Edward Frazier Jr., Samuel Gamberg, Lois Guerin, Michael Gilman, Curtis Gimple, Justice Arthur J. Goldberg, Jack Goldberg, Estelle Goodstone, David Grutman, Kelman Haas, Herbert Haber, George Hamilton, Miriam Hirsch, Rebecca Hochberg, Richard Hodes, Anna Hoffman, Sally Hurwitz, Alice Kaplan, Joseph Clayman, Joseph Kleiner, Isaac L. Lesserman, Audrey Lewis, George Lendenbaum, Ray Lionel, Stephen Lowenthal, Jenny Lubetsky, Joan Mallon, Nathan Manis, Kurt Marks, Isidore Moore, Bernard Melman, Ralph Miller, May Moyle, Barbara Netzer, Irene Novak, Jack Orkin, Catherine Passon, Isidore Pat, Maxine Pomerantz, Wanda Preville, Rhett Putzel, Estina Rosen, Lillian Rosen, Faye Rothstein, Stanley Rubenstein, Jerome Schein, Bernie Schlacht, Benjamin Schneider, Paul Schwartz, Philip Simon, William Steinfeld, Irene Strauss, Mark Svonkin, Rona Tannenbaum, Victor Topper, Melvin Tresser, Frank Turkel, Esther Viplik, Ruth Wagner, Nathan Weinbren, Arthur Weiss, Judy Weiderman, Gladys Wolf, Thekla Wolf, Anna Yadley, Ada Zimmerman, and Jamie Zeitzman. To those names we add all of our own loved ones who are no longer with us, who, though unmentioned, are always in our hearts. We remember them and the ways in which they continue to live on through us. As with the words of Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, we thank and praise God for having shared such special lives with us. Zichronam livracha, may their memory always be a blessing as we rise, joining together in the mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash me rabba, ve'alma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon u'vyomechon, v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabba mevarach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal. Shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as we say together, amen. You may be seated unless you are 18 or under, and you're going to come on up and help us with our motzi, which means you get challah. Unless you're gluten-free, but then you should come up anyway. There's no gluten on Shabbat. That's not true. So if you are gluten-free, don't eat this. Will you hold it? There we go. You can all hold it together. And we'll sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz. Amen. So guys, can each take a piece if you want? And then you can go back to your seats. Rabbi Weiss, I don't know what I want to do for the closing song. If only there was something that could help me figure out what to do.
If only we had already asked ChatGPT to suggest a closing song for this Shabbat, which is Shalom Aleichem. I thought I put in the slide. I thought I put in the slide.
We did ask.
It suggested Shalom Aleichem. So.
It actually first suggested Eliyahu Hanavi, but that was a terrible option, so we asked it again, and we got something a little more palatable. So it is often our tradition to rise for our closing song. If you're comfortable, we'll rise now as we sing together Shalom Aleichem. After our closing song and benediction, 20s, 30s, and Federation Impact, our dinner is directly behind you in the Buckman-Rachelson Social Hall. For anyone who is not 20s, and even if you didn't come for 20s, 30s, and Impact, if you are in that 20s, 30s, 40s range and want to join us for dinner, I think we'll make room for you. Everyone else, our Oneg Shabbat is in our Sisterhood meeting room and our Schimberg Grand Foyer. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShaaret, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Well, give me a second.
That was not, you know what, the chatbot is upset that we were saying bad things about it.
All right, let's start.
Baruch Hu, there we go.
Boachem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Seichem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Oh, there it is.
Oh. Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yavarech et amo v'shalom. May God give strength unto this people, blessing this and all peoples with the ability to use the intelligence God has given us to work together with all of our neighbors,
creating the world we know can exist, creating together a world of peace, as we say together.
Amen.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom, man. Shabbat Shalom, man. Do you mean our neighbor's human?
Ya Ribon Olam, Ve'almaya Antu Malka, Melech Malchaya. Ya Ribon Olam, Ve'almaya Antu Malka, Melech Malchaya. Ya Ribon Olam Ve'almaya Antu Malka Melech Malchaya Ovad Gevurtech Betim Haya Shefar Kadamach Le'achavaya. Ya Ribon Olam Ve'almaya Antu Malka Melech Malchaya Ovad Gevurtech Betim Haya Shefar Kadamach Le'achavaya. Ya Ribon Olam Ve'almaya Antu Malka Melech Malchaya. Ya Ribon Olam Ve'almaya Antu Malka Melech Malchaya. ולמקדשך טובו לקודש קודשין עתרתי ויחדו רוחין ונפשין ויזמרו לך שירים ורחשים וירושלם קרתה תשופריה. Ya Ribon Olam Ve'almaya Antu Malka Melech Malchaya. Ve'alma Antu Malka, Melech Machaya, Yarivon Olam, Ve'alma Antu Malka, Melech Machaya.
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu malkeinu lechayim.
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu malkeinu lechayim. Ushmor Zetenu Uvoenu Lechayim Ushalom Me'ata ve'ad olam.
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu malkeinu lechayim. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom,
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu
Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu
Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu
Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom,
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamideinu malkeinu
There is a past in every portrait, and there is a truth in every tale, and all the days that came before us are as the wind upon our sails.
There is a forest in every father as he stands amidst the wild. There is a mountain in every mother, her sturdy force of heart and mind. The door of Adonai sadness and not a life without love. When we look back to the days that have passed us, we hold on to the lights above. There is a dream.
There is a dream
In every daughter.
in every daughter.
There is a song.
There is a song in every
song. As all our
As
tears
all our tears
are made of water.
made of water.
There is a home from which we come.
The door of our door knocking.
God the light in us shines on and on.
The door of our door knocking. God
God
במקדשו, ותפארת במקדשו.
Shalom Tova Uvracha Chen v'chesed v'rachamim Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Chen v'chesed v'rachamim Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha. So bring it down now. All around now. Oh, bring it down on us. So bring it down now. We're all around now. Oh, go on, spread some love. Shalom Tova Uvracha Chen v'chesed v'rachamim Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha. So bring it down now. We're all around now. Oh, bring it down on us. bring it down now. All around now. Oh, go on, spread some love. Go on, spread some love. I say, go on, spread some love. Sim shalom Bring it down, yeah. We need you now.
Dodi, diddy dum diddy likra kala, diddy dum diddy bene Shabbat nekabela. Diddy dum diddy lecha dodi, diddy dum diddy likra kala, diddy dum diddy bene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha, lecha dodi, dodi lecha dodi likra kala, pene, pene Shabbat, Shabbat pene Shabbat nekabela. Zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad hu shemo echad l'shemo letiferet ve'litila Lecha, lecha dodi, dodi lecha dodi likrat kala Pene, pene Shabbat Tfilah. Lecha, Dodi,